Hello all and welcome back to High Ridge Farm with me, the Walrus. I am 6 cups of coffee in for this morning and I am buzzing. Good grief. Caffeine overdose, it's a thing. Now of course, coffee at home, maybe not so much. But anyway, we're back. We've got a phone call. It's Robin. Well, I made a phone call really. And I want to double check the costs of certain buildings because I have a plan. Whether it's a particularly good one is a very different question. However, now, I do really want to get that stable bit. That'd be nice. I want to get the horse. It's expensive, but maybe I should start harvesting some more hardwood for it. Future-proof. Anyway. So we're into day 3 of our winter escapades, and as you can see we've got a grand total of no crops planted because it's the winter and it's cold. But I will actually be planting a few because I've got the winter forage seeds and they do need planting. But for the time being, we had our wonderful, fantastic achievement. The greenhouse is ready. And now we can start working our way inside and planting some crops that need to grow. I can finally complete the damn cauliflower quest that I got given real early in the game. So, I'm going to plonk my iridium sprinkler here, and I'm going to plonk another one up here. There we... Oh, no, maybe... Hang on. How many... There we go. That's the best place for it. There we go. Probably should have hoed the land first. That would have been clever, wouldn't it? I never said I was the most intelligent of men. Or the most intelligent of sea life. As a gigantic blubbery walrus. I can't even speak again. Good grief. A gigantic blubbery walrus. I'm not exactly particularly smart. Now, I keep wanting to say cetacean, but that's a whale. I'm going to have to look into... are they pinnipeds? I think they're pinnipeds. Or is that just certain seals? I need to do some Google Foo later. Anyway, so, as you can see, I'm going to start hoeing some land in here. So I've actually got myself a decent plot of land available to harvest and grow. Now, the crops that I want to plant in here are predominantly the cash cow crops. And at the moment... the primary cash cow crop that I've got a hold of is going to be the star fruits. Now, they are absurdly valuable. I don't believe there's actually any crop that you can grow inside the greenhouse that's actually more valuable. Of course, however, I do need to make a bunch more fertilizer, so I'm just going to grab these fish out of the fridge that I was potentially going to turn into sashimi. I got some quality fertilizer. There we go. Lovely stuff. Now, that should give me enough quality fertilizer to slap on down and create a decent amount of land that will be well fertilized. And that's kind of the main aim, is inside the greenhouse, there's going to have to be a lot of crops growing. It's kind of a given, really. Now, what other things do I need? I think I also wouldn't mind planting those rice shoots. I believe they can grow inside that. I don't think I've ever actually grown rice inside of a greenhouse. But at the same time, it will be helpful more than anything. Now, as you can see, you've also got the other miscellaneous building material that I'm going to put away. Rice shoots, mixed seeds can go away, fiber... cheese presser, well, that's going to be useful later. That's definitely going into the barn, as of course a more general barn nonsense is always helpful. Now, I'm going to water all of this because of course the iridium sprinkler can't water it currently because it's not the earliest part of the day, which is when it only works. However, I am going to water this, and then I'm going to water that strip, and then apply fertilizer. Now, I don't know why I'm getting so excited about... well, I do know why I'm getting so excited, because the greenhouse is awesome, and you can grow anything any time of the year, which is fantastic. And quality fertilizer all over all of these bits. And now, the iridium sprinkler area is the 24 squares around it, so I know I've got 48 squares, or 48 viable plots. So that's going to be all 25 of my starfruit seeds. Lovely stuff. I'm then going to What else should I put in there? I had a thought that I should put the winter forage stuff out, and then I realised, well, what's the point? It'll grow outdoors. It doesn't need to be planted in there. Plus, the winter, well, generally all the forage stuff when you plant it does have a chance of essentially removing the hoed plot. So you have essentially you have to re-hoe it and then re-fertilise it. And I'm lazy, so I'm not doing that. I, on the other hand, am going to be re-hoeing this area. I'm going to sow the seeds, and we'll be done. Nice and easy. Now, I'll then water all of this. It's going to be quite an energy-intensive morning, really, isn't it? I think once this is done, one of the main things that I do need to do is I'm going to have to start heading up the desert. Partly because then I can start funding my ridiculous escapades of upgrading my tools, because, of course, I need the iridium. But it is also going to be useful to acquire more useful seeds. And the more useful seeds, I mean more starfruit. Because starfruit wine, very valuable. General starfruit, very valuable. So it's just going to be a constant production cycle. So I'm going to grab some of these other seeds, like the ancient seed that I haven't grabbed. Let's plant some beet seeds. Probably wouldn't hurt for me to have other things in there as well. But we will see. Now, let's quickly pop on in here and get cracking. So we'll plant some beets. Get some cauliflower, that's nice and easy. Some potatoes and some kale. Obviously, I need to get more iridium sprinklers, so the first one will be easily available on Friday from Krobus. That's not going to be too much of a problem, I don't think. Because Krobus is, well, nice and reliably able to sell one. The cost will be the issue. It's just if I don't, in case I spank all of my money on doing dumb stuff, which is unfortunately a liability and a possibility, considering I'm, again, not the brightest spark. However, grab a couple of crocuses, grab some holly, that'd be nice and lovely. Just sell it, it's not going to be very useful. Can't think of anything I can do with it much. Righty. Okay, Robin. What can we get you to build for us? Now, I want an upgrade. Now, it's whether I get the barn or the coop. Now, both are very useful. Both are very viable. I've got enough for either. It's just whether sheep or rabbits are going to be more useful. But at the end of the day, I know I need pigs as well, because I still need the truffles. Now, of course, I can't really use them at the moment, because the truffles are only going to be available in the spring and onwards. But I could get a pig later, just so I can have them grown up by the time the spring rolls round. And that'll be the main easy thing to do. Okay, so let's fill that watering can up. Let's get a little bit more energy ready to roll. I think we need to head back into the mines, partly because I need some more stone, because that's going to be quite helpful. And we still have a couple of other tasks to achieve today. Now, I do really want to get an upgraded sword. That's going to be the next thing, isn't it? Upgrading this weapon. I'm trying to remember how one acquires the galaxy hammer. I think I need a prismatic shard for that. But the other thing I need to do is murder a bunch of grubs. Now, of course, I'm getting fibre and mixed seeds whilst I do so, and grubs need to die. I could kill the Dougie as well, because just helpful to get rid of them, more than anything. And the stone is going to be helpful, but at the same time, so's the copper. Well, actually thinking about it, copper's going to not really be as helpful, because, other than making certain in-farm useful gubbins, like the beehive, which I think needs copper. But it's stuff like that that will be helpful. Okay, I'm just going to splat some of those. Got a little spike dagger. Killed that slime. Oh, it's a bug. Oh, fine. They really want me to go down, don't they? Let's keep going. Is there any more grubs around here? Not in this corner. Go away. Be gone. You don't really do much damage to me. I'm not that phased by you. Just go away. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any more grubs here, is it? How rubbish. Another way down. Yeah, we might as well use it. Righty, off we trot then. So, there's some grubs there. Excellent stuff. And down on the left as well. So, let's murder them. Enjoy sword. We'll keep slamming our way through this way. And we'll kill some more grubs. Now, I've got to remember where one actually acquires prismatic shards. I'm pretty sure they're really only available in the desert Skull Canyon. But I can't remember whether they are a random drop off of creatures, or if you can even get particular nodes for them. I genuinely don't know. Well, I'm going to slap a couple of bombs down and see what we can find whilst we're wandering. Now, some of the other things that I do need to do once I've done this, well, this will be useful for Clint, and I think doing this for Clint does unlock the geode cracker, which will be quite helpful because it means that I don't have to go into town to crack geodes, and I can crack geodes even whilst he's occupied upgrading things for me, which will be nice and helpful. Now, of course, there aren't any grubs, so I'll just go down nice and easy. Okay, so I've got a few more to go. A few more to go. I wanted to say to kill and to go both at the same time, and I just was like, nope, I'm just going to fail miserably at even saying that. I'm so good. Anyway. Let's have a look. Doesn't look like there's much else around here, unfortunately. Not the end of the world. Well, slice up some of the vegetation in a moment. And, oh, there is one grub hiding in a corner. Die. Die, vile creature. Unfortunately, I've definitely murdered all of the bugs in the mines that are required by the Adventurers Guild. So, me just wandering around in here, it's just getting stone. Which, again, going to be quite helpful. Predominantly for more upgrades, as well as building the upgraded coop. And the next upgraded, well, it's not really an upgrade, the next building I want to build is another fishing pond. Because currently I've got the lava eel one, which is fantastic. Lava eels are great. They can generate all sorts of valuable stuff. And their roe, if memory serves, is actually one of the most valuable roe in the game. But what I'm really after as well next is to have a super cucumber, purely for the iridium ore generation chance. Now, I know that you still need to get them up to 10 of them in there, which not impossible to do. It's just, it does take time and some upgrades. Oh, another secret note. Which one is this one? Oh, that's from the center of town, if memory serves. It's lots of walking, and I think I need a rabbit's foot to achieve that one. So again, that's another thing that I need rabbit's feet for. So I really do need to start processing an upgrade for the coop. Rabbit's feet are unfortunately one of those things that it's not really a rare drop, but it's an infrequent drop from rabbits, and it does require, I think, a good amount of friendship with the rabbit. Which also is a shame that it doesn't actually provide the luck bonus that it sort of alludes to in its name. Which then again, that's just generally a thing that within culture as a whole. I do kind of wonder where that even comes from as a thing. I mean, I know it's been something that has always been talked about as a child here in the UK, that rabbits' feet are lucky. But one of the things that I find interesting is that one can actually usually purchase a lucky rabbit's foot from random vendors. Like, you know, you might see them lying around in the weird and wonderful stores in shopping malls and things. But here's the interesting thing. They're not rabbit's feet. They're chicken feet covered in fur. Which, you know, does make me feel a little bit better because I don't really want to think about cutting the foot off a rabbit, thanks very much. That's not my jam. Thanks. Just gonna throw that one out there. But that's the thing. Okay, so I could get the steel falchion. I don't really want one. I mean, it's better than my obsidian edge, but I really just want to try and get myself a prismatic shard so that I can get myself the prismatic weaponry, because, well, whatever they're called, because they're just the best weapons in the game, I believe. Okay, so I've still got 40 more pepper Rexes to kill, a few more rock crabs, you know. I've still got some things. And I don't believe Gil can actually give me any other weapons now. But we'll see. Now, still also need to give Willy a squid. And I don't think that's going to be too challenging. It's the evening. It could certainly happen. Oh, okay. So it's a slightly erratic fish. Is it going to be an albacore? Apparently it was almost a lost fish by the looks of things. Goodness. And what have we caught? A squid. Perfect. Now I need to find Willy. I'm assuming he's going to be in the bar now. This time. Might be able to run into him on the way back through. We'll see. Okay, so I've got some seaweed and bring Willy a squid. Okay. That was far easier than I was expecting. Honestly, genuinely thought that was going to take longer. Apparently not, though. Easy peasy. Now, let's run on back over to him. We will see. I don't think he's going to be in his house. Ah, there's a mussel. We'll grab that because... Oh, no, we can't because the inventory's full. No, we can't have that one. But I can smash this. No, can't get that either. Looks like I'm coming back to the beach to do some foraging then at some point soon. Not the end of the world. Okay, let's bimble on back up. Poke the bin. Go on. I still want the trash can lid. How is it so difficult? Ah, there's Willy. Fantastic. Have a squid. Bleh. It is indeed a good time to fish. Quite an easy time, really. So I still need 10 more grubs. So that's not an impossible amount of them. Well, I don't think I'll do any more this evening, however. I think that's definitely going to be something for tomorrow or maybe later in the week. I don't believe there's anything else that's exciting that's going to occur on Thursday. I think the other thing I need to do is actually the thing I might even only need the copper for is actually upgrading my trash can. I don't often just throw things in there, but it does have its important uses of just flinging stuff in there. And oh, an ancient seed, lovely. Now, does that go in the seed maker? Oh, I thought it went in the seed maker. Is it? Oh, it's a recipe. Ah, blast! I forgot that one. Again, it's been one of those so long since I played this. And really started out. I've just forgotten some of the kind of useful stuff. Righty, so that's some seeds, some fibre, and some carrots. And, no. Oh well. Now, I know I'm recording this one just into the beginning of winter, theoretically. I mean, it's November now. Which does kind of show you that I've been very lazy about actively recording all of this. Either that or I timed it perfectly. No, none of that actually is the truth there. It's actually just that I'm very lazy. And I really need to get on with it. What else have we got? I haven't checked any of the animals yet today. And that's an important thing because, you know, resources. Thank you. Well, I'm going to plonk myself an iridium sprinkler down. So that's another one down. Oh, it's definitely getting late. Oh, dear. Well, let's hoe some land. No, that missed. I'm going to be pushing my luck tonight, aren't I, really? Okay, let's smash that one there. And that there. And then we've just got 2 more. Smash, smash. And I'm sure I can quickly grab the fertilizer. Well, I've got enough. That's good. We'll get the pumpkins, we'll get the beets, get the ancient seeds. And fertilizer away. Oh, no. Fertilizer. Yeah. I messed that up. Oops. I am a genius. Oh, it still seemed to have fertilised it. I thought fertiliser had to go down first. Maybe that's only outdoors. No idea. Well, put the ancient seeds in. Just quickly water everything. And then we've got to sprint back to bed, because bed is very important at this point. No. Very quick. Oh, pushing it. And I still need 2 more seeds to plonk down there. Oh well. But anyway, I managed to scuff up the recording there, and let's just say that it was a very late night, and I just got back into bed in time. Now, we're cracking into Thursday morning, and got a little bit of extra watering to do outdoors, which is these lovely seeds here, my glorious things. And hello, Toffee. I didn't mean to hit you with that, but, you know, fill the water bowl. I'm really glad that it doesn't freeze over. I've got lots of amusing, pleasant memories of the bird baths as a child, filling up and freezing over during the winter. Especially at my grandmother's house, because she had one that I think every house that she had, she kept it and moved it with her. I think it might have been one that my grandfather made out of concrete, which is interesting because he was a carpenter by trade. But that's how that rolls. But I always remember fondly that it filled up, froze over, and just made an absolute mess. Because, of course, us as kids, we would play with it and see how much of a horrible mess we could make. Anyway, one of the things I quickly need to do is go and visit my animals. Now, I don't think actually leaving the door open has any effect during the winter. But, you know, I should feel a little bit more vaguely responsible for them at some point. That would be sensible, wouldn't it? Now, of course, we're generating a large quantity of cheese here. Now, I'm sure I'm going to get cold an absolute monster. I really don't like cheese. I just don't like it. It's one of those things that I've never really stomached very much as a child. I've tried it regularly over the years. Ooh, we've got a new chick. Okay, right, so this must be the void... No, it's not the void egg, is it? No, it is. It must be the void chick. I'm going to call it Spoopy, because it's small and scary. Oh, and a big dinosaur egg. Fantastic. So that's going to be helpful, because that can go straight into the museum, as I've not hatched one yet. So no, I hatched one, but I haven't donated one. I think I accidentally just chucked it into the mayonnaise maker. Oh well, we're going to make some ancient dinosaur mayonnaise. Oops. But anyway, yeah, my point was, I just don't like cheese. And for a period of time, I lived out in the United States. And one of the things I could never get my head around was the amount of cheese on absolutely everything. Ugh. But yes, it was just one of those oddities that I kind of experienced, that the amount of cheese abundance everywhere. Although one of the things that I'm sure people might find a bit of an amusing giggle is that my parents actually had to convince me that the cheese on pizzas was a special type of cheese. Even though I'm well aware now that that's obviously not the case. I'm not in my 30s thinking that still. But yeah, I just wouldn't eat it. Which is hilarious that my parents actually had to spend time to convince me to eat something that many people would consider junk. Oh, okay, that was a bit of a lucky resource find there. What on earth? Well, that's cool. Well, I'm having the lucky ring, thank you. And a diamond? That... I don't think I've ever panned for stuff and found something that good before. Fantastic. Ooh, a nautilus shell. I need one of those. Fantastic. Today's actually turning out to be quite well. Maybe it's because I put the lucky ring on as soon as I grabbed it. I'm sure that's not actually going to be the case. But as we stroll around the beach, we've got a few more lovely things to find. Of course, the trees that I planted in the beach that shouldn't grow, but sort of half have. Okay, we've got some coral. There's nothing else that seems super exciting that seems to be coming up here. Not the end of the world. Right. Now, we've got a couple more things to grab, I'm sure, as we wander around for the rest of the day. So we've got to grab something out of the bin there. Nothing exciting there. Ooh, a nice bit of soggy newspaper. 4 red slimes deep in the lava canyons. Caverns, even. I think I remember that that's like, what, floor 80-ish? Okay, I'm going to buy some rice. I'm sick and tired of not actually having any. I need to make some maki. And I'm going to buy some saplings as well, because I am going to plant those in my greenhouse, which I know is a little bit of a cheeky way of doing things, but I'm going to do it. I'll buy some other saplings. I know I've got lots of apple trees, loads of those, don't need any of them. But the other ones, well, we'll grab them. It's not really as essential now that obviously I've got the greenhouse and they're part of the artisan bundle, but it's nice to have more than anything. Okay, so we've got another crocus, lovely stuff. Is there anything else around and about that actually I need? Don't think so. But I am going to go and plonk that Nautilus shell in the one remaining bit that I haven't done, which is not the enchantment, sorry, the field research. So that completes the field research bundle. So that gives me a nice bonus, and it gives a recycling machine, which, you know, kind of handy. So I need maki, I need a red cabbage, and I need rabbit's foot and a pomegranate. Now, the red cabbage is going to be the one thing that is going to hold me back, unless randomly the random cart that turns up is selling one. Because actually, that's the only thing that holds you back from completing the entirety of the community centre in a single year. And I would very much like to see if we can actually do that. I'm not saying that that's a guarantee, but it would be funny if I can achieve it, and I'll be really chuffed. I've never actually done it before. I know it's a rare occasion that one can do it, but it'd be nice, and it would make me feel quite happy. And as I said before, once the first year is done, that's when I'm actually going to start looking into putting in some mods to add. Now, let's grab this wine. No, I can't. My inventory is full, so let's quickly sell some things that I don't need or really care about. I definitely don't care about Joja Cola. They can go away. Ugh. It's not even diet. It's one of the things, I got so used to the taste of diet sodas and drinks that I really hate the taste of regular cola. It means that Coke Zero is absolutely vile to me. I think it tastes so grim. And I'm sure some people will be absolutely horrified at that as a thought process that I have, but I think it is disgusting. But then again, you drink certain drinks over and over and over, and you get so used to it. That's why Pepsi Max is the king of sodas. Well, to me at least. Right, so let's plonk some pumpkins in the juice, the kegs, because might as well. It's going to make the maki roll, which we can plonk into the community centre, bringing me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. No, sorry, one step closer to completing that one. Now, let's put that away in there. Now, I also do feel I do need to share an absolutely terrible joke. Now, I'm awful with dad jokes. It's constant. And I'm well aware that some of my friends love them, some of my friends absolutely hate them. But I don't have any children that I'm aware of. So, anytime I tell a dad joke, it's a faux pas. I know, that's so bad. Yes, that's a thing. So yes, a faux pas. That made me have a good old giggle, but it is genuinely awful. And I love it. Okay, so let's see. Hopefully the cheese is ready. That's good. So I do need to get another cheese press in here, because I'm going to start needing at least 4. Especially if the barn's full. So I'm going to need some sheep. That's going to be expensive, considering I've got 173 grand groats, gold, gibbering lunatics. Anyway, so this is one little thing that I absolutely adore about this in here, is that I can plant fruit trees in the ground. I absolutely adore it. It makes no sense. But apparently, that's what one can do in here. There we go, there's a pomegranate and something else. I think it's an orange sapling. Lovely. So give it a little bit of time. Those will grow and yeah. Lovely stuff. Now I'm going to go and sell the mayonnaises that I've manufactured from my mixture of different things. Again, I've never had a duck mayonnaise. I wonder if that's actually a commercial thing that I can acquire. I wonder if I need to go to a more specialist shop that sells that. But again, that's not something that I'm overly fond of as a food. It's the I will eat it on certain things, but there are other things that I would prefer it on. I think genuinely the first thing I ever ate mayonnaise on was a Whopper from Burger King. And that was probably like goodness, I must have been in my early teens when I very first had one. Because I've never really been keen on it, I always avoided it. Even though it tastes next to nothing. It doesn't really have much of a flavour. It's not exactly an exciting food stuff, but I just never ate it. So I never really... I mean, I was always very anti it, and it did take a while for me to get over my inherent hesitation to eat it. And I think that's an interesting sort of thing, that like when you've got a food that you've never really eaten, and you're not sure if you like it, it took me ages. It was actually my very first girlfriend's father. He'd taken us to a swimming place, an activity place, and he convinced me to actually have it. And I was like, cool, I'll give it a go. Eventually. Took me a while. But I had it. It was okay. I mean, I won't go out of my way to have it, but it then opened the doors to coleslaw. Ooh. Which I will freely admit is actually one of my favourite little accessory foods. I'm quite fond of it. But then again, I'm also very oddly fond of very pickled foods. Kimchi and pickled onions, pickled eggs, all sorts. If it's pickled, my goodness, I'll probably eat it. I think the large quantities of vinegar, give that to me every day of the week. That's fantastic. Right. Now, okay. So we've got another secret note. So that's the... Yep. So there's that one. That one we've done. Yeah, I've done that one. And that's the... Discovering Linus's naughty secrets. Ooh. Now, it did take me a moment to read that one, because I'm an idiot and I managed to have such a brain fart that I forgot how to read a clock. That might be the issue I had there. Ooh, that was close. Right, so who needs gemstones? Righty. Well, I'm going to give you a topaz. There we go. You like topazes. It's a cheap gem. I don't really care. The amethyst I need to give to what's her face, which is, that's a real good way of narrowing down exactly what I need to give. Purple-haired young lady. Abigail. There we go. It's bad that, I'm very bad with names, but I'm good with a descriptor. So if I've got an image in my head, I'll be like, I recognize that person, but I can't remember their name. And I have to think about a particular aspect of them for me to go, there we go, that's who I'm thinking of. Oh, there's Haley. Have a diamond, Haley. I'm so nice. I mean, to be fair, if I had a diamond as big as my head, good grief, that would be valuable. Well, according to De Beers, at least. Not really that valuable. They're not even that pretty. If I was going to have a diamond, I'd want one of those, more esoterically shaped ones. I want something a bit weird. Okay, so I'm definitely going to have to wait by this... Is it 7:30? I must be doing... No. No, that's not 7:30, is it? That's in the morning. That's Yep, I'm an idiot. I had an issue. goodness gracious, I hate myself. Right, so I need to wait and waste some time for a little bit here, because obviously there's nobody in that bush at the moment. Also, I mean, I know exactly what happens, but why would you be canoodling in a bush? You have your own houses. I mean, you've even got a truck, Linus. Come on. I mean, ugh. So ridiculous. I mean, I guess that maybe he doesn't want to get caught by Marnie's other housemates. Even though I know they're not really housemates per se. Come on. Stop being ridiculous. All the same, just some idle fishing whilst I wait for the time that is most relevant. Now, also, it's in the winter, so my goodness, they must be freezing their socks off. Thankfully, they obviously are fully clothed, and not up to some shenanigans indeed. Now, catching some useful fish, kind of helpful considering I've run out of money. After purchasing a large quantity of trees and other general miscellanea, because those fruit trees are not cheap, goodness gracious. Now, we are going to have to keep fishing, gonna catch me some things, but I just need money right now. That's kind of my jam, right, as a thing. I mean, seaweed's not so helpful, but I can make more, what are they called? Fishing, the little pond type things with those. That would be helpful, methinks. Well, that's the thing, like, fishing is surprisingly valuable. And I'm trying to steer my brain away from the ridiculous Mayor Lewis indiscretions. I know he seems to be upset about the whole concept, but the whole town can't know. It's like literally there's less than 20 people who live here-ish. I mean, nobody really cares, mate. You'll be fine. It'll be okay. There we go, 12:40. There they are, Marnie and Lewis, being naughty in a bush by a bridge. In the dead of winter. It's so ridiculous. I don't get it. And you're both adults, come on. And you're single, she's single. Why does it matter? Just, you do you, champ. You do you. And I'm sure being... the way that small town shenanigans generally occur, I'm sure that everybody already knows. That's the big thing. I don't think anyone actually cares. I'm sure somebody would have said something by now if that was already the case. But anyway. So we're going to be wrapping up, plonking some stones of shininess in my chest of goodies. Put those away in there. I'm going to need the copper for the upgrade on the trash can that I keep forgetting to do. Right. So it looks like we're going to be wrapping up everything here on High Ridge Farm at a unfavourably early morning at 1:30ish. So please do like and subscribe to the video. Please leave some comments. Do tell me what you'd like to see and any more random extra mods that you'd like me to add for year 2. And once again, please enjoy more of my random mad videos. Goodbye from the Walrus.